as we hopefully enter the last phase of this horrible pandemic, let's try and take something away that we can focus on and think about to give us a bit more depth and a bit more meaning. The thing that everybody struggles with is, of course, distance, separation, being unable to be physically together with other people, people that we love and know and need and want to be with and spend time with. But here's a thought. Maybe there's a real opportunity here for something deeper and totally different. Here's the idea. Distance is actually creates the space for connection to grow. There needs to be space. I'll explain what I mean by that. Let's take a very simple example. The doctors and nurses, those malachim, those messengers from Hashem, who look after so many people who are seriously ill with COVID around the world, how do they do so? How do they give those people what they need? The answer is through masks, through bodysuits, through the distance allows them to connect. Because the direct connection would actually be dangerous and harmful. And that, of course, is only a moshel. It's only an analogy. But let's take this a little bit deeper. Let's talk about the relationship between parent and child. There is an incredible idea, which in the secular world doesn't seem to make much sense. Moira av v'eim, to fear one's parents. Now, that doesn't mean to fear them in the sense of I'm scared every minute they're going to go and hit me. Of course not. The nature of a parent-child relationship is one of love and caring. But here is the condition. There is a condition that needs to exist for a parent to be able to love, and that is distance. A child may not sit in his or her father's or mother's seat. There has to be that distance. A parent has to know, it goes both ways. The kid has to know that my parent loves me and cares for me, but he's not my friend in the street. I can't call him by his first name. I have to stand up when they enter the room. And from the parent's perspective, what does that do? It gives the parent the ability the space to be able to see objectively, as objectively as they can, what the kid is, what the kid needs. If it would all be just buddy, friendly, then the parent would be unable to actually help the child. So that space creates connection. Hashem himself, when he created the world, we are told, Kabbalists tell us, he had to limit himself. He had to be mitzamtzem himself, whatever that means. Give space for the world to exist. Har Sinai is the greatest act of love that he does for us. He gives us the Torah, and yet we were not allowed to get close at all. And here is the opportunity. There is a different opportunity when we have physical distance to be able to think about how we connect. We connect differently, perhaps more meaningfully. I know that I have had encounters with people, even family members, that I perhaps wouldn't have had otherwise. We've taken so many things for granted, and we've been given distance, and it's hard. And there's a lot of negative and downside to distance, but there is also an upside. There is also something that we can learn. The distance means we have to stop and think about what connection really means, and it creates the space for love to grow and to blossom and to flourish, so that when, hopefully, Im Yirtzeh Hashem, very shortly, we are all reunited, the connection that we will have will be much deeper. Have a wonderful Shabbos.